Hey guys, it's Janis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today this video is gonna be about how I learned German by myself. So I started learning German around 2 years ago, and at the time I didn't take any lessons outside. I only learned German through online websites or reading books, and I did it all by myself. And so today I'm gonna share with you how I did it and some of the resources I used. The first thing I did when I decided to start learning German was to start a language learning journal. The one you're looking at right now is actually my second journal that I started using this year, and on the first page you can see that I put down my goals, and these are the goals I want to achieve in German. So I want to get 90% in a proficiency test, and I also want to read all my German books that I bought from Germany 2 years ago. And so next to my goals, it's my first page of my journal. On the top in pencil, I wrote down a little paragraph in German just to see how my German writing skills were at. And then down there, I just have my grammar points. And so I'm relearning German because I started 2 years ago, but then I stopped in the middle, and so now I'm pretty much revising a lot of the stuff I forgot. And so you can see here are some pretty basic grammar points, and at the bottom I also tried to write down some vocabulary and stuff. And this journal is basically to track my learning. Every day if I learn something, I will journal it down in my journal. In the back of the journal, I also have a page for references, so I can mark down any page numbers or outside references and stuff for my learning. And that's all from my journal. The second thing I did was I got a book that teaches me German, and this is basically a book that covers all the important grammar points when you're starting out learning German, and it also covers some most essential vocabulary. And I think this was super helpful for me as I started out learning German because it just gave me a nice overview of all the grammar and stuff in German, and it's a very textbook-like book, and so it's rather boring, but it also gives you a very clear view of the language, which I think is really helpful. And so if you're starting out learning a language, I think it's useful to get a book that teaches you the basics. But above all, I think that the most important and easiest thing to do is to read a lot in your target language. And I think reading in German really helped me pick up the grammar and vocabulary more than reading the books I mentioned just now. And reading is really fun as well, so I don't know, it's just a best way to learn a language. And so the book you're looking at right now is Mein erstes T-shirt, and it's a book I bought in Germany, and it's the first German book I completed, and I read it in 2015. However, another more effective way to read German, especially if you're just starting out learning the language, is to read a book that you already know in your mother tongue. For example, I already read the book Thief in English, and so I read it in German, and it was super easy to cross-compare the two books, and it also made the reading a lot more fun because I already know I love the book Thief, so reading it in German was fun. And the other books I bought were this YA fiction in German, and someone gave me this book, which is a comic in German. And so these two books are relatively easy, which is great if you're just starting out learning a language. So I think reading a lot is definitely the best way to learn a language. Similarly, you can watch movies in your target language to learn the accents and learn new vocabulary. And I love watching World War II movies, so it's great because a lot of German movies are about World War II. And my favorites are probably the Sophie Show movie or Europa. And I love watching these because they are simultaneously entertainment and learning, so watching German movies is great for me. Moving on to some online resources I use. The first one I used was DeutschInterativ, and this is a website from Deutsche Welle. I don't really know where it's from, but it basically teaches you German from the levels of A1 to B1. And I use this for grammar, listening skills, reading skills, writing skills, and all that stuff. So this is kind of a basic textbook-like material for me to learn German. And I think it's really helpful because it goes up different levels and it's really professional. German Pod 101 is a resource I use more frequently because I paid for it. So this is basically a website that contains podcasts on German. The lessons come in the levels of beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and I'm currently using intermediate. And it's a really good resource because the quality of the podcasts is quite good. There's a dialogue and a vocabulary analysis and grammar analysis and all that stuff. And the website also helps you make flashcards for you to study, and so I think this is really helpful in all ways. And so you can use this for free, and if you want to access all the lessons they have, then you can pay a bit for it and you can get tons and tons of lessons. And so I love using GermanPod 101 for studying German. The last website I use is Duolingo, and this is a game kind of app or website where you can play games and win challenges and stuff to learn your language. I don't think you can learn a language just by using Duolingo because it's more of like a game and you don't really learn useful stuff. But if you want to like build up some of your vocabulary and sort of practice your German using a game format, then Duolingo is super fun, and I love keeping streaks on this and stuff. So I get to practice a little bit of German every day, but Duolingo is obviously just for fun and not a real actual learning resource. So I just use this for fun and it's great. And that is all for this video. Please comment down below if you also learn German by yourself, and if you do so, what resources you use. And also, please tell me what videos you'd like to see next. Maybe more videos about how to learn different kinds of languages, or any kind of video. And again, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!